Hi, I'm working on a song, All of Me by John Legend. And I'm doing it in chord melody, or yeah, chord melody. And I use my fingers to do this. I suppose you could do it with a pick, but it's kind of harder. You would have to do it, hold the pick here, and then pluck these fingers. I figured I'd make a video showing you the process of me doing this off the hand, because a lot of times I just make videos and show the end result. But I think it might be beneficial to show a video of me in the process. So there's a lot of parts to this, so I'm gonna splice them all together and hopefully make a coherent video. Anyways, this was a song from one of my students. He wanted to learn, not necessarily chord melody, but the process is in there and the chords will be in there. So first off, a couple principles of doing this. The ear, when they're hearing music, tends to hear the melody. When you're doing this on the guitar, you want to put the melody in the highest position. In other words, it should be one of these higher notes that you're hearing against the lower chord tones of the chords behind it or along with it. So a lot of times, if you listen to the song, his vocal melody is somewhere here, and the high piano parts are above it. But we don't want that. We want the melody to be the highest thing, so the ear, your listener's ear, will be able to pick out the melody of what's being sung a lot easier. Sometimes you can't get around it, I guess, but for the most part, that's one of the principles. Another thing is that we want to have the harmony of the chord against the melody. We want you to be able to hear that. Now, I'm not going to be doing any substitutions during this, so I'll try and keep it all within the context of the song, and that's kind of one of my goals. And I know there's a lot of great jazz players that can reharmonize a song, and I think that's awesome, and that's probably further down the road for lessons or for even me applying it to a song. For me, the challenge is to kind of recreate the harmony that's there. Sometimes I'll change stuff, or sometimes I'll include some of my own chord voicings, but I try not to mess with the original too much. So anyways, here's the process. So I've listened to the first, what am I using? There's a lot of programs out there. Transcribe, I think, or something like that is one of them. I use a program called AnyTune. I'm able to slow the song down. I'm able to loop sections. I'm able to transpose the key without changing the pitch, which is pretty cool. Hold on, that doesn't make sense. I'm able to slow it down without changing the pitch, but I'm able to change the key of the song, which is really helpful for some songs, because some songs don't play well with our guitars and the keys that they're written. A good example is Bohemian Rhapsody. You will never, well, not never, but you will mostly never hear anybody play it in A sharp, which I think it was in A sharp or A flat. It wasn't in A, but if you put the song in A, it becomes very easy to play chord melody of that song with guitar. So anyways, that's kind of important. So you use whatever you want to use, but that's the criteria that I have for a good program, is that you can loop it, you can change the speed of it, which we'll have to do in this case, or change the pitch. I'm not changing the pitch really here, but I am looping it. Anyways, let's get on with it. The chords I got for this first section, there's 4 chords. It's an F minor, a C sharp, a G sharp major, and then a D sharp major. Actually, if it's an F, really, we should probably call this D flat, A flat, E flat. So let me change this, because or whatever I was thinking was regular F and R. I don't know. Well, okay, we'll leave it there. So now what am I hearing? Let me play the track for you. Hopefully this will probably get copywritten, but I'll play it. Let me hear. So here's the beginning. This is all I'm doing. Now you can hear the high piano part. Now that's, in my opinion, that's the essence of the part, is the bass note or the piano chord and hearing that high note. So we have to include, I would think we would have to include that in what we're trying to do. So here's the F, there's that piano sound right there. And it goes up a half step to a D flat chord. Now he's down here, and there's our A flat, and there's the piano note. So I have to put my pinky all the way up to the 8th fret. My first finger is making the bar chord on the 4th fret. Now I'm abbreviating that chord. I'm not playing it like this. And I probably don't even have to put this on, because really all I'm hitting is this and this. And then the G and the B string. So my fingers staying there. Now the next one poses a problem. Here's why, because most of us know this bar chord, this E flat, and but that doesn't sound right to me. This sounds better. This is a different way of playing this. I think there's a 5th in there. So in other words, my pinky is on the 6th fret of the bottom string, my first finger is on the 4th fret of the B string, my third finger is reaching over for the 6th fret of the A string. That sounds better than this. That doesn't sound right. That sounds right to me. So let's play it against, I'll play the part. So here it is. Oh, and here's another thing. There's the C sharp major, D flat major, A flat major, and then this. Now when he starts singing, now here's where it gets interesting. As I said, he's singing down here. His timbre is, let's get to the part where he's at. So. Something like this. I mean, it's not perfect, but. Now that is 3rd fret and 5th fret on the G string. 6th fret of the D string. But if we do our chord melody, where's the rest of our chords have to be either on top of that, above that harmonically, or below it. If we put it up here though, so that is a B flat going to a C. And remember, the principle is that we want to keep our melody on the higher notes. So that's the melody. So we're going to play it up here, but now how do we match it with the chords that we just played? Well, that's kind of why I'm making this video. So here's the process. I got the bass note. So I said to myself, I said, well, what if I grab the 11th fret on the B string and I could still make this chord? It's a F minor 7th chord, look it up, but it's first finger across the 8th, third finger on the 10th, on the D string, second finger on the 9th of the B string. That's that pretty chord. And there's our melody right there. Our pinky's gonna grab that B string on the 11th, and then I'm playing the 8th fret of the bottom string, the E string. So, but now here's another conundrum. Now we have that chord moving up to our D flat. That's what he played in the beginning. So yeah, it's the same bass note, but it's against that 9th fret is against the 8th fret, or the D flat note on the E string is against the bottom E string, the C note. So how I'm gonna do it, and there's other ways to do it, and if you find out a cool way that you like to do it, just do it that way. This is not the be all and end all. That's what's cool about doing this. I've seen videos of people doing it their own way, and that's cool about it. But what we're trying to do is solve problems on the guitar, and this will help you to understand the guitar and where the notes are that you're trying to hear, that you hear in your head. All right, so here we go. So I'm going to take my second finger, put it here on the 9th fret, and I'm grabbing that pinky note at 11th fret, so. Now that the chord's going to change, so what I did was, so now the second position is my first finger on the 8th on the E string, second finger on the 9th on the B string, the third finger's there. My second finger reaches all the way across and grabs the 9th fret of the E string. And I'm playing the bottom string, 11th on the B, 9th on the B, and I'm going to switch chords to that A flat. And it lands perfectly, fits right under the fingers, as my old guitar teacher used to say. Now here's where it gets interesting again. This was another problem I had to solve. The next chord is that one that we played like this. This is kind of hard for beginner guitar players, but people who've been playing for a while, probably shouldn't be that hard. I want to keep that interval in there. I like that 5th. So I'm going to grab the pinky on the 8th fret of the E string. It's on the 8th fret to the 6th fret to the 4th fret, all on the bottom string. Now I'm going to take this finger, these two fingers, first finger's on the 4th of the B, second finger's on the 6th of the A, and I'm going to slide it up like that. Should be kind of cool. So let's see how it sounds. Back to my second finger is back to the 8th fret, the F. So let's see how it sounds against. Now this is what I do. I play the song. When I'm doing this in situation, I'm going to constantly let the looped section of what I'm trying to work on, this verse, this one line in the verse, and then play along with it and see if I can match the phrasing, the inflections, and sometimes there'll be bends or whatever. I don't know about this song, but I'm constantly, and this is the next however many months this takes to do, or weeks or days or hours it takes to do, I'm constantly trying to make the guitar sound like the voice, and that's the hope of what I'm trying to do. Anyways, so I'll play this, and so I'll probably get copyright stricken, but here's the little section. Oops, hold on. Here we go. What would I do without your smile? Drawing me, you kicking me out. There we go. So there we go. So that's that one section. I assume the rest of the lyrics will be the same, or the rest of the phrasing will be the same, but I'll leave it right there for this section. The next video I'll go over the next section of it, and then we'll try and put it together all in the end. But I figured this will help you understand the process of it. You could do it on your own and pick another song. I've got a lot in my in this channel, so if you look, you'll see some of the work I've done. Some of it is from some other influence I've had. There's a great guy on YouTube, look for Naudo, N-A-U-D-O. There's some other people out there that have done great versions. And it's funny because if you look at the same songs that I've done, and then their versions, their fingerings and everything is different, and that's because there's so many different places to play this on the guitar. There's so many interpretations. I tend to like other people's work better than mine, but I hope you enjoy it. All right, take care.